Asteroids have hit France, Italy, Texas one day after another. If you remember, on 13th of February, I reported about a meteor impact which was predicted by a Hungarian astronomer to hit the Earth in February 13, and I reported it immediately. I was the first one in the YouTube to report it. And then you saw actually the meteor landing in France, and a lot of the samples of it actually was found by the diligent French people. As you can see, they're covered in this crusty material which we call a fusion crust, and all across France people were able to collect samples of this meteorite. And then in Italy we had the same thing one day after, on the Valentine Day, when the Venus was dry, and you can see the scenes of that, and the canals of the Venus are dry. We had this huge collection of the meteorites collected from the Italy. This one has hit the tile and broken it. And these are the samples. You can see the black covering on the right and here on the top. That is fusion crust. It is the entry in the atmosphere causing this burning of the skin of the meteor. And then we had this from the Texas next day, 15th of the February. As you can see, our satellites were able actually to pick up the burst of this meteor, one of the biggest ones, and they draw a map of we call it ellipse, scatter ellipse, and all across the Texas, we were able actually to collect this meteorites. These are practically asteroids. The samples of these asteroids you can see here. Again, beautiful fusion crust this one has. It's landed on a soft ground. And then we see all of them in all together. France, Italy, and then Texas, all together. They are asteroids. The impact in the asteroid belts are very common, so we have fragments. We have done it also. This is a deep impact, and then we had another experiment just recently. As you can see, these impacts create a huge amount of the meteors or asteroidlets to happen. These asteroids practically stay together or a little bit distant from each other. Some of them with a distance of a few days can be. Some of them are very close, like this one. They're almost binary asteroids. When they get close enough to a planet like Earth, they may actually eventually hit that planet, like this one that we are showing you now, quite large from this angle of the camera. It can be as tiny as a saucer, and then when they enter the atmosphere of the Earth, they burn, and they may land. Asteroids have killed the dinosaurs in the past. It gets scientists very excited actually when we see such a thing, because we know that the primordial material of the Earth exists in the chondrules of them, those tiny spherules inside them. And we can study them under microscope with a lot of, spectroscopy, mass spectroscopy, just understand the composition of the early solar system. So that is important also. So we had multiple impacts of asteroids one day after another, and we have to study further to see what was the direction of all of them. There is a possibility that they all were related from the same body of the asteroids. If the meteorites we have collected show the similarities, we can for certain say that they were related from the same parent body. Let's wait and see.